Flowers, welcome back to hell. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Firstly, I'd like to say a huge thank you for 100 subs. I did say that in the comments of my last video, which was an unpopular opinions video, if you'd like to check that out. But because it wasn't in the video, I feel like a lot of people maybe missed out on it. So I just want to thank you right here and now at the beginning of this video. Thank you guys so much for 100 subs. And let me know what video you want for 100 subs. Do you want a Q&A video? Do you want a K-pop video? You guys let me know in the comments below and I'll work on whatever you guys want. I also have some other announcements about some other videos coming up on this channel, but it'll be at the end of this video since I don't want to bug people who aren't subscribers of mine. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that at the end of the video. All right, let's get into the video. So we have a February and March comeback that's being released in April. I'm a little late to the party, I realize that, but better late than never. Okay, so this is a quick editor's note. I'm recording this bit right now as I'm finishing up editing the video. I just wanted to add in at the very beginning here that this video was originally supposed to be a February and March comeback review. That's what I had promised you guys. If you're my subscribers and you watch other videos of mine, you probably heard me say that I was going to do a video of February and March comebacks into one big video. But because of the length of this video and because of how many comebacks I wanted to review, I simply couldn't do that or my computer would explode. Like, I'm sure there are plenty of you guys who would be down for like an hour and a half long video of me talking about comebacks for the past 2 months, but my computer was not down with it. So this video itself almost sounded like my computer was trying to be a jet engine taking off, and it was only 30 minutes. And so the other video was definitely going to be like an hour to an hour and a half. And I cut back footage significantly. This original recording just for February alone was an hour, and I cut over 30 minutes of it. I really need to start writing scripts because I ramble a lot. I just wanted to let you guys know that I cut out all the March from this video, but it's already recorded. So the March review video will probably be up at the end of this week or at the beginning of next week. It'll be up in the next few days for sure because everything's already recorded for it and half of it's already edited, so it's just a quick upload. But I simply split it into 2 parts because of storage space, and I hope everyone is cool with that. Before we get into February, I would like to make a quick disclaimer about a few things. One, I might not do every single comeback. I didn't do every single comeback for February and March. I did the ones that I was excited about, the ones I wanted to see, and the ones I wanted to comment on. That being said, there are a few groups on here that I've never heard from before. The majority of the groups this time around, I know who they are, I know their background, I know their music, but there are a few here and there that I do not know. If there are groups that have done problematic things or have problematic members and I'm just clearly not aware of it, please don't be like hateful in the comments towards me or other commenters. Just make it clear that, hey, this group's kind of problematic, that's why no one's talking about them. Just very respectfully let me know and we won't talk about them anymore. You know, I'll look into it and I'll make sure. I just want to make that very clear that there are some groups here that I don't even know the members' names, the members' ages. I don't know when the groups were formed. I just wanted to look into the song because I thought the song and the video concept looked and seemed cool. So if they end up being like assholes, you know, that's not a reflection of me like giving a platform to shitty people. But I think everyone that I'm reviewing today are good groups with good members who are good morally and don't have a lot of drama going on. Okay, cool, great. Also, the last disclaimer I'd like to make known is that this is my opinion. I make this disclaimer in front of every video, but I kind of have to. This is my opinion. Opinions are subjective, and that means that they're mine, and they're not always going to agree with yours. If you liked a song and I happen to not like it on this comeback list, you know, it doesn't mean that it's a bad song. It just means it's not for me. And if you like it, that's all that matters. So don't take it to heart if I say that I don't like a song. It doesn't mean that I don't like the group or I would never like a song by the group. It just means that this song isn't for me. No one has the same music taste, so just be respectful of each other in the comments when comparing music taste, and remember that at the end of the day, music taste and song taste is all subjective, and everyone is entitled to like what they like even if you don't like it, and vice versa. Alright, cool, great, let's get on to the reviews. So the first review that I wanted to do for February was Cinema by Six. Do you say it's Six or do you say CIX? Let me look that up real quick. Okay, well that wasn't useful at all. I got mixed reviews. Some people said CIX, some people said Six. If you're a fan of this group, make it clear in the comments. This is one of those groups that I didn't know. Of course, the first one on the list is going to be a group that I didn't know. Cool. I had never heard of this group, to be honest. I still don't know what management they're under. When they debuted, I didn't look into any of that. I just watched the video, listened to the song, and am now giving you my thoughts. And my thoughts are this: I haven't heard this group's music style. I know no other songs by them, so I don't know if this is the type of music they always make, but I really liked this song. It makes me want to look into this group a lot more, and that should be what a song does, is if you don't know the group, you should want to look into them. I thought the concept was really, really cute. The video was beautifully shot. It was beautifully done color-wise, the outfits, the hair. I think everything was really, really nice looking. It looked really clean, really precise. This group was just... and the whole song was just so cute and bubbly, and it was so catchy with the cinema, like that was so good. And honestly, if their whole discography is this good, I'm gonna really have to look closer into it, because this song, I don't like comparing other groups, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm not comparing them to any group, because like I said, I know nothing about them, so I can't accurately compare them to any group. But I'm just saying, a group I'm really, really into is TXT, Tomorrow by Together. Most people will probably know who that is. And this type of style, song, theme reminded me a lot of one of my favorite songs of TXT, which was We Lost the Summer. The whole aesthetic is really similar, and that's an aesthetic that's been done, a lot by a lot of different groups. I'm just comparing it to a group that I know, and that a lot of you guys, if you don't know Six or CIX, might also be able to understand, and it might get you interested in wanting to go check them out, because I highly recommend this group and this song. Okay, this note is being made about 2 weeks after I initially recorded the first impressions of this song. I'll explain later in the video why this sudden time skip happened, so it'll make sense in a little while. But let me just say, after listening to this song for 2 weeks and having it on my playlist, it is probably one of my favorite comebacks on this list. Like, I didn't realize that I would like it this much when I initially heard it. Like I said, in my opinion, I liked it, but I didn't think I would, literally break the replay button. This song is so good, and it has 100% made me want to look into this group, and I'm really interested in getting to know them. So song recommendations for this group, leave them in the comments, because this song is literally the song that helped me get through one of the worst weeks of my life. Aespa, Forever. So I know that this song was not an original song. I'm aware, before everyone comments that, I am aware that this was a cover, and that this is something that SM's girl groups do. I think Red Velvet did it, and I think Girls' Generation might have done it as well. I'm not 100% on Girls' Generation, but I think they did it. This is a cover song, but it is a beautiful cover song. I really, really like this. I think Aespa only has 2 songs out right now. I think they have their debut, Black Mamba, which was an absolute banger, and now Forever. Forever was very cute. It was very, very slow. If you're not into slow songs, it won't be your thing, but it was a cute wintry ballad, which was weird that it was dropped in February, but I was also kind of into it, because I was like, yeah, let's keep winter going. Winter is my favorite season, and if we want to keep the winter vibes going, let's go. Like, it was great. The song, the vocals were immaculate. All the girls' vocals were beautiful, especially, you kind of, with a group like this that debuted with such a, it's not a slow song. Their Black Mamba debut was so pop, it was out there, it was, there was rapping, so to come out with this as their, like, comeback, and I say comeback in quotes because of course it was a cover, but for it to be all purely vocals, it was amazing. It really shut down anyone who said that these girls cannot sing, because they absolutely can, and that was beautiful. Overall, I have nothing else to say about the song other than, if you like slow songs, this song is for you. It's a beautiful moment, and I can picture it in any K-drama, and I better be seeing it in a K-drama or I'm gonna sue. Monsta X, Wanted. Alright, I know this was a Japanese release and not technically like a full K-pop comeback, but any excuse to put Monsta X in my videos, I'm gonna take it and run with it, because if you're new to this channel, the one goal of mine is to make everyone love and listen to Monsta X, and there is no exception to that rule. This song was a banger, like always. These boys drop nothing but bangers, and I'm kind of getting mad about it, because can you make one bad song? Please, like, give me one bad song. That's all I'm asking for. And like, the looks this comeback, and I'm not gonna call it a comeback because it was a Japanese release. Like, I guess technically it's not a comeback, I don't know. But the looks, I don't know how these men get more and more and more attractive with each passing year. It's insane, and I'm mad about it. I'm mad that, like, God clearly has favorites and it's not me. As far as the song goes, Wanted, I will say that it is a very, very catchy song, and it's one that will and has been on my playlist for a long time now because it came out in February, but it is not my favorite like comeback or release of theirs, but it is still really, really good, and that's why I'm asking you with my full chest to go and check out Monsta X. You don't even have to check out this song. Just go give them a chance, because there's a lot of people that sleep on them. They're a big K-pop group, and they're labeled as one of the big K-pop groups, but a lot of people sleep on this group, and I'm gonna need you guys to stop because you're irritating me with that. Also, this song just further proves my point that Monsta X has one of the best rap lines in the industry currently. I genuinely think that the two rappers in this group carry the rap industry a lot of times, like the Korean rap industry in idol music, because they are so good. They're just so unique, and compared to each other, they just juxtapose each other so well, because IM has such like a dark sound, it's like raspy a lot, and Juhan has such like, he just does so much shit. I never know what that man is doing. It's like sometimes he does like playful rap, other times it's like kind of more high-pitched rap. I don't know, it's so good. Just go check them out. This comeback, it was brilliant. I've liked other comebacks of theirs more, I will say that, but this was a Japanese release, so it doesn't have to be, you know, like they're not putting their whole chest into it with a whole like full comeback. Overall, great song, great group. Please stan them. If you're not, you're doing clown behavior. NCT 127 or 127, gimme. Alright, so this is another group that I know and I stan and I love. Still another group that I stan, yet don't know if it's 127 or 127 or 127. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to say fell out, I just haven't been keeping up to date with NCT as a whole recently, because I stan so many groups that it's very easy for me to miss a comeback, and this is one of those comebacks that I missed, and I'm very, very ashamed that I did miss it, because after watching the video and, you know, experiencing it, it was a good comeback. It was a good song. We'll get into that here in just one second, but I just want to say that there are groups, because I do stan a lot of groups, female and male groups. I mean, when you like so many groups, it's almost impossible to keep up with all of them, and then also, you know, have a personal life and do school and YouTube and stuff like this. I missed out this comeback. I'm ashamed. You don't have to shun me. I'm sad for myself. This group continues to do nothing but aggravate me by how attractive they are. Every single comeback. I don't know what SM has in the water over there, but we see it with every group that they create, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna need them to chill. Okay, this song was great. I'm gonna be honest, since I've only heard it once, it was right, so I don't have like a lot of experience with it yet. I don't know if it's gonna grow on me or if I'm gonna play it a lot or a little, because I've only heard it the once since making this video. But from the first listen and the only listen that I've had, I'm gonna say that it's really good. I like it so far. I will see, and maybe I'll come back and update in the comments on whether or not I get tired of it after a few weeks. I don't think so. I think it's a song that'll probably be on my playlist for a little while. It was really interesting. It sounded like the classic NCT sound, like kind of robotic, like future sounding music. It was really cool. Of course, there were 50,000 members that were trying to wreck me that day, trying to bias wreck me. If you'd like to know who my bias is in NCT 127, it is Johnny, or it used to be. Now I don't know who it is, because they continue to do this shit to me. Mark, Bud, what are you doing? Are you gonna debut in another group anytime soon? Come on, King, my debut King. But overall, this was a good comeback. I liked it. I think it was pretty good, pretty solid. Also, I was in the car with my friend the other day, and she played this song for me because I hadn't seen it yet. And this was actually the first time that I saw it, even before I, was gonna make this video. Of course, I was gonna have to watch it. But she played this song, and she literally could not get over Yuta's like little move in the bridge of this song. You guys will probably know what I'm talking about if you've seen the video. And literally every time the song comes on now, that's all she does is that move, and now I've picked up that habit. Chungha, Bicycle. Alright, I spoke a little bit about this in my unpopular opinions part 3 video that came out. It was the most recent video that came out, so some of you guys might already know my opinions on this song, but I'll go ahead and say it again here. A lot of people I saw didn't like this song. They thought that it was really, really bad. It got a lot of hate on Twitter from what I saw, at least on my timeline. That's what I saw. It wasn't as bad as people made it out to be to me, because people were fully hating on this song, and to me it wasn't deserving of that amount of hate. If you don't like it, that's fair, but you don't have to sit there and say that it was like trash or her worst comeback or that she's going downhill. And I saw a lot of people saying that shit, and that's just unnecessary. Chungha is a motherfucking queen on this platform. We love her. She has banger after banger after banger. I will admit, as I said in my unpopular opinions video, I think that this was the weakest of the songs that she's come out with recently. I think that X has been her best comeback recently. I think X was so incredibly beautiful, so good, so well done. That is right now currently my favorite chungha song. Please go listen to that. Bicycle to me was not as bad as everyone made it out to be. It was just a good upbeat song, and that's all it was. As I said in my other video, not every song has to be this emotional, deep message. There can just be some songs that are about riding a bike, you know? Riding a bike. That's pretty much what I have to say on this song. I thought it was really good. I think the choreography is really, really good. This is not my favorite song of Chungha's, but the amount of hate that it got was fucking insane, and I think that it didn't deserve that. I think it was pretty good. I think the visuals for the music video were stunning. I think she looked gorgeous in that music video. I will say that. So if you don't stand Chungha, go give her a chance. But if I were to recommend you a song, recent song, it would be X over Bicycle. Okay, so if you guys noticed a change in audio quality or a change in the tone of my voice, that's because 2 weeks have passed since I last recorded that section. If you don't care about my personal life or this recording, you can probably skip ahead like a minute and get back to the opinions. I'm going to try and make this explanation really fast. For my subscribers that watched the last video, you would know that I pretty much said that I was coming back to YouTube after pretty much a 1-month break, and I was ready to start posting pretty much a video a week, and I was going to do that. And after I published that video, I started recording the beginning part of this video, which you just heard. Pretty much, I think 2 days after I posted that video, I started recording this, and I was planning on having it up later that week. That clearly didn't happen, and it was unforeseen, unfortunate circumstances because of that. So I'm really sorry again for making you guys wait another 2 weeks when I said that I was going to start back making videos. But also, you guys have been absolutely crazy since I left. If you heard at the beginning of this video, which was filmed 2 weeks ago, I thanked you guys for 100 subs, and now sitting here recording this, I have to thank you guys for 200 subs. In 2 weeks, I gained 100 subscribers, and that's so absolutely insane to me. Of course, a lot of that I can attribute to the channel Ever Glow Up, shouting out my dating video, my opinions on K-pop dating. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. And of course, Ever Glow Up is an amazing channel. But I wanted to explain that really quickly. I didn't just, decide to leave the channel or take another 2-week break. I was in the hospital. So the day that I filmed the first part of this video, 2 days after I published my other video, I was very, very tired. It was about 3 a.m. when I filmed it, and I decided to go to bed and finish filming it the next day. The next day, I woke up with horrible, horrible abdominal pain. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. It was god-awful. I sat with that pain all day because I thought hopefully it would go away, and it was just, I don't know. I didn't know how to explain the pain, but I woke up Monday, and really, I don't want to say woke up because I couldn't sleep at all Sunday night, but I went to the hospital that Monday and was admitted into the hospital, and now I'm filming this after being discharged from the hospital and finally being able to actually talk again. The pain was so bad for a while there that I was not able to talk without physically sounding in pain. I'm not going to go much into detail about what it was. It was extreme abdominal pain, and it's something that unfortunately I was told that I would have to live with for the duration of my life. So that's sick, and I also can't take any pain medication of any kind because the pain medication that I was taking for migraines, which I have constantly, is what ultimately caused my problem. So I can't take any pain medicine. I'm constantly in pain now, so that's great. I'm on medicine to get better. Hopefully it'll work out. I just wanted to let you guys know that really quick. I'm not telling you for sympathy, because there are people that have a lot larger problems right now, and this is not putting a damper on my life or this YouTube channel or my school or anything like that. This is just a bump in the road. I just wanted to explain it to you guys. Okay, cool. Back into the video for people that didn't care. Kang? Is it Kang? It's probably Kang. Here comes the pronunciation. I leave this recording for 2 weeks and it's already bad again. Cool. Kang Daniel, Paranoia. Okay, so this is another artist that I don't know, but I have heard his name somewhere. I can't remember where, but he has to be popular for me to have heard his name. I don't know how. I don't know these solo artists that turn out to be so great, but apparently I just don't. So let me say, because I don't know who he is, I had absolutely no idea what to expect going into this. I mean, I definitely expected a darker concept with the name Paranoia. You can't really do a light, fun, upbeat concept to that word. This completely took me by storm. It has to be hands down one of my favorite comebacks on this list so far. It is so well done, and I don't know if all his music sounds like that, but if it does, I'm gonna have to hop on the train right now. And I know that he also had something come out recently, or it's going to come out. I think it came out a few days ago, like a mini album or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have to check that out too, and that'll definitely be in the April comeback video. He is really good. This song was really good. I have nothing else to say about it, honestly. I mean, because I can't comment on perfection. The makeup look, the stage look, it's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. The costumes, the theme, the cinematography in the video, all of it like worked together to form one cohesive piece that was really, really beautiful. And the vocals on this, he was pretty good. I gotta say, he was pretty good. Like I said, I've never heard his voice before, but he might be a vocal king. I don't know. Overall, I think it was just a really catchy song that'll probably be on my playlist for a little while, because it's definitely the type of concept and the type of music that I really, really like. Next, we have Kingdom Excalibur. Okay, I know technically this wasn't a comeback, it's a debut, but I wanted to talk about it because I didn't see a lot of people talk about it, or at least not the people that I watched talk about it, and this deserves a lot of attention, I think. I saw this video the day it premiered, not because I knew who the group was or I was waiting on their debut. I'd never heard of them before. It was recommended to me by YouTube as like an ad. So thanks YouTube for the ad, because this was great. This is a great debut track. It is absolutely, the concept for it is brilliant. If you can't tell by the name Excalibur, you know, I'm an English major. I think I've said that before on my channel, but anything that has to do with literature or concepts or books in literature just really makes me nerd out. And if you're unfamiliar, Excalibur is a sword, and it's, I'm not 100% familiar with the story, but it's part of their concept, which is the real story, you know, about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. It's a very interesting concept. So if you like groups that do interesting concepts, like I personally really love groups that do that. Like that's why I think Enhypen was one of, is it Enhypen or Enhypen? Because I used to say Enhypen and then people corrected me and they were like, it's Enhypen. I'm just gonna say Enhypen. I think that's why Enhypen was my favorite debut last year, because the concept of vampires was just, it was so interesting. It was something that I hadn't seen done a lot, if at all. I'm sure there have been groups that have done it before, but on that scale, it was definitely something that's lesser done, and the concept was so interesting and it was so beautifully done. And this is a similar thing where you take, like, who else is doing concepts about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table? Who else is doing choreography in like full chainmail armor? The song overall, I really, really liked. I think the vocals on it were delivered immaculately. There was, if I remember correctly, I think there was one rap verse, there might have been two, I can't remember. It was done pretty well. The whole chorus bangs. The song overall, I don't think will be on my playlist as long as some of the other songs that I'm reviewing today, but it's a debut, and it was a damn good debut in my opinion. Hopefully this group gets a lot more attention than they have, because at the time of recording this, they don't even have 500,000 views on that video, and the absolute cinematography that went into it alone deserves more than 500,000 views. So if you haven't given that video a view, or you haven't heard of this group, go check it out. You know, even if the song's not for you, you can probably appreciate the concept and the graphics and the cinematography and the outfits, which are immaculate, and the beauty. They're all very beautiful people, of course, so definitely check them out. IM's Goddamn. Y'all already knew this was going to be on the list. Y'all already knew I was going to review this, because I do nothing but talk about Monsta X, and my bias had a freaking solo debut. If you didn't know, IM is my bias in Monsta X. He might be my ultimate bias in all of K-pop. Like, I'm being honest. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't ranked my biases. Maybe that's a cool video idea. Like, ranking my biases to find out my ultimate bias. That'd be cool. But he is in the running for sure. He's out there. I was so excited for his solo debut, and then when it came out, it didn't disappoint. I listened to the whole mini album. I listened to the whole mini album 15 times, like on repeat, and I still do. It was so good. It was great. Phenomenal work. Wow. King shit. This video is essentially just multiple minutes of me kissing Monsta X's ass and doing nothing but praising them and trying to give them all the admiration in the world. This video was, overall, I'm just going to talk about the song Goddamn, since most people probably haven't gone and listened to the whole album, or if you have, let me know your opinions on it. I really liked it. Someone broke this man's heart. I don't know who, but Jesus Christ, someone did. I think this song is the type of song where if clubs were open right now, it'd be a club banger. It would be doing nothing but being played into clubs. It was such a good video. The lighting was really good. The concept was really interesting, I'll say that. I paused that video more times than I've paused anything in my entire life. I did go a bit feral at points, but that's why I think he's my ultimate bias, because I've never paused as much in my entire life as I did in those minutes. Those, like, how long? That wasn't even a long song. It was like a 3-minute and 30-second video, and I did nothing but pause. Overall, I have nothing but positivity to say about this comeback debut, actually. So if you haven't listened to Monsta X's music, go do it. If you haven't listened to IM's music, what are you doing? It's clown behavior. Go do it. I'm not forcing you. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but like, it's really good and you're kind of missing out. Okay, next we have SHINee, Don't Call Me. Here come the kings of K-pop. back at it again. I'm gonna be real right here for a second and say I've been very honest on my channel by saying that I've been a fan of K-pop for a long time, a decade, 10 years. I got into it when I was pretty young, and SHINee I think is technically classified as a second gen group, right? I don't think they're third gen. They have to be second gen. The generations confuse me. Like, I honestly don't know. But SHINee, an iconic group. Replay will always be that bitch. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That song stays on replay. But out of second gen groups, because I was just getting into K-pop, I always listened to Big Bang more. SHINee wasn't the group that I listened to the most, and that was literal clown behavior of me for not doing that. Don't worry about, like, I don't know a lot about SHINee, but I know enough to, know everything that's happened and know their past and know about the unfortunate stuff that's happened in the past, and that's really depressing, so let's not talk about that in the comments or here right now. Let's focus on the positivity and say that this song was great. It was, what other group do you know that's, like, literally still active after being in the K-pop industry for, how long have they been in the K-pop industry for? Forever. It's insane. Their music is still great. I know they just came out with a new song a few days ago as I'm recording this. I think it's called Atlantis. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't listened to it yet. I will be listening to it for my April review. I genuinely really like this song. I was actually really surprised that I liked this. Not because I don't think SHINee is a good group or anything like that. Because I had heard so much hype about it, because literally everyone was talking about, oh, this comeback was really, really good. Did you guys see it? Don't Call Me by SHINee. And when people really hype things up and then I go and watch it, even if it's really, really good, when you've been hearing nothing but good stuff about it, you automatically, are underwhelmed no matter what. But that wasn't the case here. It exceeded all my expectations. It was really good, and I'm super excited to look more into the new releases that they have and go back and listen to some of the older discography that I missed out on in my early days of K-pop, because I really did sleep on these boys because they were great. They've always been a legendary band, and they always will be. The Boyz, Breaking Dawn. Okay, I feel like I've heard a song by this group before, but I don't remember it, so I'm gonna act like I haven't heard one, because I can't remember if I have or not. Overall, this was my first experience with the Boyz that I can remember. If I did hear a song by them, then I didn't watch the music video. This was insane. It was absolutely insane. I don't know why you guys keep hiding groups from me, but I'm gonna need you to stop. I tell you every time I do these videos, please stop hiding groups from me. I know at this point you guys are like, bitch, you really don't know anybody in K-pop, do you? You don't know Kang Daniel, you don't know the Boyz, you slept on SHINee, like, what are you doing? I literally, for the past decade that I've been into K-pop, have stanned like the same 6 or 7 groups, and that's it. And that's why I'm really excited about this channel, because we get to explore groups like this together, and that way we don't sleep on anybody anymore. This song went straight to my Spotify playlist, where it still resides. It is very, very good. The concept is another dark concept. I know a lot of people say, as I think I said in my January comeback review, a lot of people say that they're tired of the, like, boy groups doing dark concepts. I can understand that, because there's a lot that do that, but for me, I'm not tired of it. I don't know if I'll ever be tired of it. It's just so superior. The dark concept is so superior in every way. Since I know nothing about this group, I have no idea how many members there are. I didn't pause the video to count. I just watched the video and let it play in full. I have no idea the members' names, their ages, their positions, anything like that. So this is another group that you can give me song recommendations for, and I can go explore, because this song was really good and it did get me kind of interested in them. I didn't listen to the full album that came with their comeback. I think they probably had an album come out with it, I'd assume. But I just listened to this song so far, and it's really, really good. I think the pre-chorus is probably my favorite part of the song, like the build-up to the chorus where it drops into the, like, Breaking Dawn thing. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've heard the song. Overall, that's kind of what I have to say about it. The choreography was really good. The visual was immaculate. The hair colors were off the chain. They had every color of the rainbow. Skittles must have sponsored that video, because it was insane. 10 out of 10 for my first experience with the Boyz. And I love that group name, because I constantly do nothing but say things like brother, the Boyz, banger, like old-timey slang just for no reason. I'm like, the Boyz. So now every time I listen to their music, I'm gonna be like, oh, it's the Boyz. And that makes me so happy. Sunmi, Tail. Okay, if you guys were mad at me before, you're definitely mad at me now. I've heard of her. I know she has a lot of bangers that are very popular in the K-pop industry, but I've never listened to her in my life. Y'all just cancel me now. Honestly, just cancel me now. You can just leave, just unsubscribe, cancel me, because this is unacceptable. I might have heard at least one of her songs in the past, but I've definitely never watched a music video of hers, and I'm missing out. Firstly, let me just say, don't you love when women, that's it. Like, that's all I need to say. I could say that and then stop the review right here. She is genuinely, on a genuine note, so beautiful. She's so, like, elegantly beautiful in a way that's, like, high class, and, like, she definitely is better than me in every aspect of the word, and that's fine. The choreography was beautiful. The cinematography, the like black and white scene, if you've seen the video, you probably know what I'm talking about. Her like falling out of that building, everything was so beautifully shot, and it was a beautiful concept that was really well done. The choreography, that thing where she has like all the legs behind her and it looks like a tail, it honestly reminded me of like I think it's a Korean legend. I think it's Korean. I did this in a mythology class one time, the like nine-tailed fox. Yeah, it's Korean. That's why we have the K-drama. But yeah, that honestly reminded me of that, and I don't know if that's what she was alluding to, but if it was, it's really cool. Even if she wasn't, it's really cool. The choreography for it was so interesting, so amazing. Overall, I really liked the concept of it, and the lyrics and everything was beautiful. Of course, it was beautiful. She's beautiful. I mean, I think that it had this level of like, I'll use the word sexiness, but it's very different like sexiness than very overt, like, I don't want to use the word vulgar because that has a negative connotation. There's multiple types of sexiness in videos and concepts, and you know, there's the kind where it's like very playful and stuff like that. Hers wasn't like that, and there's nothing wrong with that type. I've loved many comebacks and concepts that have the kind of playful version of sexiness from female groups or female solo artists. Hyuna is really good at that, but this one was like more elegant sexiness, like she's a high class woman and you can't afford her, and we stan women, period. Golden Child, Breathe. Okay, we reviewed Golden Child in January, I think, with Burn It. I think that was the song title name. They were the one that did like the zombie concept, and they were also the group that I thought was a solo artist. This is the second song of theirs that I've heard, and it is completely different from Burn It. Burn It was this like emotional, dark, like zombie apocalypse song that was like, of course it was very beautiful vocally, but it was so like dark and just moody, and I mean, this one is the exact opposite. It is upbeat. The concept for it, they were all in these like volleyball outfits that I can't think of that one anime's name. It's the volleyball anime that everyone talks about. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about if you watch anime. You know what I'm talking about. It starts with an H, and I know what it's called, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to mispronounce it. I just recently got into anime I watched some back when I was young, but like I just recently got into it by watching Attack on Titan, and great show, by the way. Let's talk about that. But they remind me of that volleyball show. The colors are the same as well. The whole like, let's go ahead and give Golden Child the Actor of the Year award, because these boys do nothing but act. They were acting in Burn It, and they were doing like death and zombies and dying and crying, and it was so emotional. And then this is like a complete far cry from it, and everyone's happy and playing volleyball. And if this is not in the opening credits for a K-drama in the next few months, I'm gonna be very mad, because that's exactly the vibe that it gives me. It was absolutely great. I love that they are great at both concepts of dark and kind of happy concepts. Y'all, we need to stop sleeping on this group because it's good. They're real good, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. It made me so genuinely happy to watch this song, and now it's like my go-to happy song anytime I want to feel like upbeat, and this is it. And for our last comeback of February, we have Wonho's Loose. Y'all know I had to talk about another Monsta X member. You know I had to do it. You know I had to. You know, I mean, he's a solo artist now, but in my heart, he'll always be a member of Monsta X. That can never be taken away from him, ever. This comeback was phenomenal. This man does nothing but do like great songs now. His like debut single, Open Mind, and that got a lot of attention, like even from locals who like don't listen to K-pop. It got a huge amount of attention. And even if you don't listen to Monsta X or had no idea who they were, most of you probably know who Wonho is, because I know y'all see those pictures on Instagram. I know you see him on the TikTok. I know you see him, okay? This man is really trying to give everyone a heart attack at the exact same time. And it's working, because he's doing nothing but making good songs. I mean, literally every single song that he's made so far since debuting as a solo artist has been phenomenal. And this man takes any opportunity he can to dance and rain in his music videos. And I'm not complaining, because it's great. Genuinely, like, in the chorus of this song where he flips into his like falsetto voice, and he does that flip on Lose and You, it's really, really good. I love it. It's so addicting. The choreography, of course, is always good, and the cinematography is always good, and he, of course, always looks beautiful. I'm just so happy that he's finally getting the success that, I don't want to say the success that he deserves, because Monsta X was and still is successful. Okay, he was successful in that group. The group is successful, so I don't want to say that, but I mean, like, he's getting recognition even though he's a solo artist, even though after everything that happened to him, he still is, like, people love him. And it's so nice to see that people are actually really complimenting him on his appearance now, because I know for a time there when he was in Monsta X, there were a lot of, I don't want to say fans because that's not what they are if they were saying this shit, but there was a lot of people that didn't like how much he had his shirt off, or didn't like how much he had his shirt open. They thought that he like over-sexualized stuff too much and made the songs weird, and they really didn't like that he was like constantly working out because they thought that like abs looked good, but he was too big. And I remember that happening specifically. I can't remember around what time it was, but he was still in Monsta X when those comments were being made by people online, and I know that those really affected him, and now everyone's really praising him. So I'm so happy that he's getting the love and attention he deserves, because if you haven't checked out this comeback or his previous comebacks, go check it out. They're absolutely beautiful. He has an English version of this song, Lose, so if you want to listen to that, it's also really well done. His English is off the charts, so good, and his songs like cross over into English really well. So if you like English versions of K-pop songs, I think he does amazing versions. Overall, yeah, just go support him because he deserves all the love and the support in the entire world. Okay guys, that'll be the end of the video. This was, overall, I think February was a really good month for comebacks. I think every single comeback that I talked about in a positive light. And while there are definitely others that I play more or like more than other ones that I talked about, overall I think that all the comebacks I discussed were good in their own ways. I said I had a few announcements at the beginning of this video. I said that I had a few announcements saved for the end of this video for the future of this channel and certain videos. One, thank you again for the huge subscriber growth. This is again being recorded the 2 weeks after I initially recorded the first part of the video. Thank you so much for helping me reach over 200 subscribers. That's absolutely insane to me that anyone wants to watch my content at all. Also, thank you guys so much for being so supportive of my voice. I know the audio quality is like completely horrible, but you guys are so nice and like you beg me to keep the voice in, so that's the only reason I'm doing it, because I legitimately hate my voice. But thank you guys so much for your continued support. I would like to ask you guys what kind of videos you would like in the future, because I know since a lot of you came from the dating video, a lot of you probably want documentary/commentary style videos that delve in deeper topics like that, and I'd be more than happy to do those. So leave topics that you want me to discuss in the comments below. I've already had a lot of requests to talk about LGBTQ+ people in the idol industry and why there aren't many idols that are out and open about that, and kind of that kind of relationship with the idol industry, and I'd be more than happy to do that. But like I said, anytime I respond to one of those comments, I want to make sure it's done with respect and done well, because it's a topic that's very serious and very dear to my heart, and I think it needs to be treated well. Another one I've gotten requests for is like social relationships between idols and fans, and like how fans kind of get this like obsessive attachment to the idol and will defend anything they do even if it's really shitty. And I thought that was a pretty interesting idea. It's one I haven't looked into a lot and one I'll have to definitely look into, but just let me know what you guys think and what kind of videos you want, what kind of topics you want me to cover more in depth, and then also what kind of shorter videos you want. I've decided for the 100 subscriber video, even though we're over 200 now, so I guess the 200 subscriber video, I would do a bias list for all the groups that I stan. Let me know what you guys think of that, like just a short video telling you my bias in every single group I stan. That way that video is like a little bit about me, so it's kind of a personal thank you for the 200 subs, so you get to know a little bit more about me, but it's also still about K-pop, so it's still something that you guys would be really interested in. So let me know if you think that's a good idea. That's probably what I'm gonna do. And then also, I mentioned it in my comments, and there were a few people that seemed like they thought it was a good idea. I talked about how I wanted to maybe do a one episode, like one-off K-drama commentary, like for one episode, because I just really like K-dramas a lot, and I find that most people that like K-pop usually like K-dramas and vice versa. So if you guys would be into like a commentary over one episode of that, of any drama, leave drama recommendations and let me know in the comments below. Overall, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that it's long. The next one I'll script out so it's not 2 hours long, and I'll see you in the next video.